Isabella stood in front of the small, worn-out building and laughed mockingly. "So this is where you live, and you still had the confidence to ask me out," she scoffed. "Do I look like someone who dates broke men? Please." Her friends burst into laughter. Rita lowered her head in embarrassment. "Isabella, that's not fair," Rita said quietly. "Please, sir, forgive my friend," she added, turning to Ethan. "She's not always like this." "Why are you apologizing?" Isabella snapped. "If you like broke men, then you can have him." With that, Isabella grabbed Joy's hand and walked away, still laughing. Ethan smiled calmly. "Don't mind them, Rita," he said. "Would you like to have a glass of juice at my place?" Rita hesitated for a moment before nodding. "Sure. I'd love to." She followed him, expecting to enter a shabby apartment. Instead, Ethan opened a massive gate, revealing a luxurious mansion that looked like something straight out of a movie. Rita froze. "No way," she whispered. The beautiful garden, expensive cars, sparkling chandeliers, and elegant furniture left her speechless. "Please, have a seat," Ethan said. Rita sat down slowly, still looking around in disbelief. "They say never judge a book by its cover," Ethan said with a smile. "Sometimes gold hides beneath old wrappers." He looked directly into her eyes. "I wasn't looking for a woman who would value my wealth. I wanted someone who would value my heart." Rita's heart skipped a beat. "Ethan, this place is incredible. I had no idea you were this rich. Isabella will regret rejecting you when she finds out." Ethan chuckled. "Can we stop talking about Isabella? Let's talk about us." He took a deep breath. "Rita, will you be my girlfriend?" Rita's eyes widened. "I really like you, Ethan, but Isabella is my best friend. What if she finds out?" "She already gave her blessing," Ethan replied playfully. "She said you and I fit each other better." Rita laughed despite herself. "But she only said that because she thought you were poor." "Do you like me?" Ethan asked. "Yes." "Then that's all that matters." He leaned closer. "One thing, though. Don't tell Isabella I'm rich. Let her continue believing I'm just some broke guy." Rita smiled. "Okay. I promise." "Good. Now let me take you home." The next day, Isabella and Joy were discussing a luxury store that had announced a 70% discount sale. "Tomorrow is going to be amazing," Isabella said excitedly. "Imagine carrying fake designer bags when originals are on discount." Then she noticed Rita returning. "Why were you in that broke guy's house for so long?" she asked suspiciously. Rita smiled nervously. "Ethan asked me to be his girlfriend." The two girls stared at her. "Wait, what?" Joy shouted. Isabella burst into laughter. "So because I rejected him, he immediately went after my friend. Perfect. Both of you suit each other." She folded her arms proudly. "I don't lower my standards for men. I date men with cars, money, and class. Men who fly me out and spoil me. I am Isabella. I don't do broke guys." Ethan, who had just arrived, remained calm. "You rejected me, Isabella. Rita accepted me. That's all that matters." He gently held Rita's hand. "Thank you for accepting me." As he left, Isabella shook her head. "I still can't believe this girl is dating a broke man." Days passed, and the teasing continued. Whenever Rita spoke about Ethan, her roommates mocked her. "Ethan is sweet," Rita would say. "Sweet?" Joy replied. "Can sweetness pay bills? Can kindness buy wigs?" Isabella added. The girls laughed loudly. One evening, Isabella received a call from her wealthy admirer, Richard. "He's taking me out tonight," she announced proudly. Immediately, the room exploded with excitement. Soft life is calling. Joy screamed. The two girls spent hours getting ready, leaving Rita behind. Before leaving, Isabella looked at her. Enjoy your slum romance. Rita simply smiled. Later that night, Ethan called. Hello, girlfriend. Hi, Ethan. How are you? I'm fine. Can we go on a date today? I have a test tomorrow. Maybe another day. Ethan laughed. My serious-minded girlfriend. All right. Where would you like us to go tomorrow? Somewhere simple. Done. The next morning, Isabella and Joy returned carrying shopping bags and luxury gifts. They couldn't stop talking about Richard's money. See this designer bag? Isabella shouted. Original. Joy added. First outing and look at all these gifts. This is why I don't date broke men. Rita ignored them and focused on her books. The following day, Ethan took Rita on a date. As they sat together in one of the most expensive restaurants in town, Rita couldn't help smiling. How do you survive those girls? Ethan asked. I'm used to them, she replied. The funny thing is that none of us is actually rich. Some people just package more than others. Ethan laughed. If you want, I can rent your own apartment. No way, Rita said quickly. If they discover who you really are, Isabella will go crazy. She'll claim I stole her boyfriend. Ethan shook his head, amused. I love this little secret. The waiter arrived with their food. Rita's eyes widened. This place is beautiful. The food smells amazing. Ethan smiled. It's the best restaurant in town. As they enjoyed their meal, neither of them realized that very soon, Isabella would discover the truth about Ethan's wealth, and when she did, everything would change. As they sat across from each other in the elegant restaurant, Rita felt completely at ease. The atmosphere was warm, the food smelled delicious, and for the first time in a long while, she felt genuinely appreciated. So, have you been here before? Ethan asked. Rita shook her head. No, this is my first time. Ethan smiled. Then you're going to love it. I can't wait. For a moment, they focused on their meals before Ethan leaned back in his chair and studied her carefully. Apart from reading books and being the calm one in that house, who is Rita really? Rita laughed softly. I honestly don't know. I think I'm just a simple girl. A simple girl. Ethan repeated. What do you really want from a man? Rita thought about it for a few seconds. I want peace. A good man who won't stress me. Someone who will make life easier, not harder. Ethan nodded thoughtfully. So you're not looking for soft life? No luxury dreams? No billionaire husband? Rita smiled. If it comes, fine. But I don't want to lose myself chasing money. I want something real. Ethan's eyes softened. You're different. How? Most people would choose wealth over character without thinking twice. Rita shrugged. Money is important, but it isn't everything. Ethan smiled proudly. You know, one day your friends will be jealous of you. Rita laughed. I don't need that. The waiter arrived with their meals, and they continued talking and laughing like two people who had known each other forever. When dinner was over, Rita hesitated. Can I ask for a favor? Anything. Could we buy some takeaway food? I'd like to share it with my roommates. Ethan raised an eyebrow playfully. Me? A broke man? Your friends already think I'm poor. They won't expect anything from me. Rita burst into laughter. I'm serious. Fine. Since my girlfriend has requested it, I'll do it. After purchasing the takeaway meals, Ethan escorted Rita home. The moment she entered the hostel room, Isabella and Joy immediately turned toward her. Look who is back from her romantic date. Isabella shouted. The girls burst into laughter. You came back empty-handed. Joy added. Not even ice cream. Not even gifts. We came back with shopping bags. You came back with only love. More laughter filled the room. Rita rolled her eyes. Please leave me alone. I had a wonderful time. Doing what exactly? Isabella mocked. Walking around with a broke boyfriend. Rita, what exactly do you gain from dating poor men? Without waiting for an answer, Isabella grabbed her handbag. I don't have time for this discussion. Chief is waiting for me. Rita sighed. Isabella, do you ever get tired? Tired of what? Enjoying my life. Never. Before leaving, Isabella turned back. There's a huge party tonight. You should come with us. I'm studying for exams. Again. Joy complained. Stop being boring. Enjoy your youth. We only live once. I prefer my boring life. The girls exchanged looks. This girl and books, Isabella said. All she does is read. You people are always partying even when exams are around the corner. Joy laughed confidently. Not every student needs to suffer. We have our ways. Exactly, Isabella agreed. Just because you study doesn't mean we'll fail. One day, Joy joked, your textbooks will marry you. The room erupted with laughter. Later that night, Isabella and Joy attended the luxurious party. Loud music blasted through the speakers as wealthy guests danced and drank. The girls were enjoying themselves when two wealthy-looking men approached. Good evening, ladies, one of them said confidently. You both look beautiful. The girl smiled immediately. Thank you, sir. My friend and I would love your company tonight. Joy and Isabella exchanged excited glances. We'd love that. Back at the hostel, Rita remained focused on her studies while exchanging messages with Ethan. The following afternoon, the girls noticed her smiling at her phone. Look at her blushing. Joy teased. Who are you chatting with? My boyfriend. Your slum guy. Isabella laughed. His name is Ethan. The girls exchanged dramatic looks. She's in love. What exactly attracted you to that broke man? Joy asked. Rita smiled mysteriously. Maybe things you people cannot see. See this one. Isabella laughed. Love has turned her into a poet. Meanwhile, Isabella was out on another date with Richard at one of the most expensive restaurants in the city. Richard couldn't stop admiring her. You're trying to distract me from my food. Isabella smirked. Maybe I like your attention more than the menu. Richard laughed. That's exactly why I enjoy spending money on you. My odegu, Isabella replied flirtatiously. I love the way you spoil me. So what happens when I'm not around? That's a problem for future Isabella. Right now, I'm enjoying present Richard. The two laughed together. You are a Gen Z baddie, Richard said. Soft lips and expensive taste. Call me Isabella the baddie. Suddenly, a furious female voice interrupted them. So it's true. Both of them turned in shock. A woman stood beside their table, her eyes blazing with anger. Amoka, please don't do this here, Richard pleaded. But it was already too late. The woman pointed directly at Isabella. Eat your food. Look at your sugar daddy. He tells his family there is no money, but he's here spending thousands on another woman. The entire restaurant went silent. What is happening? Isabella stammered. I am Richard's wife, the woman shouted. The words hit Isabella like a thunderbolt. If I ever catch you near my husband again, I will deal with you. Richard lowered his head in shame. Tears filled Amoka's eyes. God will judge you, Richard. The restaurant remained silent as Isabella realized that the rich, perfect man she had been bragging about was nothing more than a married cheat. For the first time in a very long while, Isabella had no words to say. Girly Casola don't burst. What happened? Richard's wife showed up in the restaurant with their son. I've never been so embarrassed. Did you know he was married? Yes, I like married men. They spend. I just didn't expect the wife to show up. You mean you knew? Of course. Poor single men stress too much. Rich married men spend. Hey besties, do you think I should leave my odogu, Mr. Richard, who spoils me? Well, just because his wife came with one. It's Richard. Put it on speaker. Let's hear what he has to say. Isabella, please. I'm really sorry about what happened yesterday. My wife had no right to embarrass you like that. Sorry. That's all you have to say. You think that was a small thing? Tell me what you want. Anything. I'll fix it. You want forgiveness? Then you pay for it. Okay. How much is this forgiveness? 500,000. Isabella, that's too much for something my wife did. Then you forget about me. Okay. Please let me pay 300,000. Fine. Send it. Oh my God, he sent it. He actually sent it. Rita, did you see that? Do you see why I keep telling you to date rich married men? Which single guy would cheat on you and then come back begging with money? Exactly. Those broke boys would just say sorry and disappear. But this one, he paid for forgiveness. No, I'm serious. I'm changing strategy from today. Rich married men only. Are you even listening to yourselves? What if it was your husband? Are you even listening to yourselves? What if it was your husband? Then let them do it. Exactly. Rita, what is the difference? Dating is dating. Whether it's a broke man or a married man, you're still dating. At least I'm getting paid for mind you. You're dating a broke guy for free. No benefits, no upgrade, just vibes and suffering. It's not the same thing it is. None of us is a saint here. We are all dating. The only difference is I'm cashing out. You're not. And let me even tell you something. Even if you don't date married men, your husband will still cheat. That one is guaranteed. All men cheat. So instead of acting holy, I'm just doing my own now because when it's my turn, someone will still date my husband. Girlfriend, your peace of mind is here. Your peace of mind is holding nylon. Go and collect your destiny. Rita, my heart, my calm, my only soft place in this noisy world. Do you know that every time I see you, everything just slows down like nothing else matters? This one came fully prepared. He practiced this in front of mirror. Ethan, please. No, I mean it. You're not like everyone else. You're calm. You're real. You don't pretend. You don't make noise to feel important. Oh, we heard that indirect shade. If life was a place, I would choose to stay wherever you are. Okay. We've heard enough poetry. Apart from all these sweet words, what exactly can you offer her? This. I can offer her this bread. No way. So, this is your level. Are you a bread seller or a boyfriend? Rita, of all things bread. Thank you, Ethan. I'll use it for tea tomorrow morning. Breakfast, love. Very romantic bread and tea relationship. Rita, open it. I'll open it tomorrow. No, open it now. What is this? Wait, let me see that. This is the latest Samsung. Do you know how much this cost? Where did he get money for this? Thank you so much. How did you know I needed a phone? I noticed the last time we went out, you were struggling with your phone. Thank you, my broke boyfriend. Who is this guy? Something is not adding up. That phone, that was not a normal phone. Not just a phone. That's the latest Samsung. Do you know how much that phone cost? I know. That's why I'm asking myself, who exactly is that guy? Something is off. Very off. Maybe he borrowed the money. Borrowed for that kind of phone. No, that girl, that is not borrow money. That is not borrow money behavior. That is I have money, but I'm hiding it behavior. Maybe we should ask Rita. And you expect her to tell you? Rita is secretive. Don't even bother. I'm going to find out. Find out what? Who he really is. What he does, where he gets his money from. Look at them acting like a perfect couple. I see it. Why would you do that? Now they'll start suspecting you. I told you I don't want them to know. What's the benefit of pretending to be poor so they can keep laughing at me? They humiliated me and they haven't seen anything yet. Ethan, please take it easy. I can't. I'm going to take care of you properly and this is just the beginning. Sorry, you look so familiar. Is this not the girl I saw with my husband? Oh no, it's her. Madam, your change. You can keep it. Hey, you're this girl. Husband snatcher. Stop there, side chick. I will deal there, side chick. I will deal with you today. This woman is not normal. Oh, am I the first body to follow someone's husband? Stop there. Leave me alone. It's not what you think. Liar. You will see today. I stop there. I will deal with you today. Take care. K. Go. Please go. Please go. Side chick. Go. Please go. Side chick. What kind of one is this? So this how she behaves everywhere. So if she sees me again, she will chase me like this. Oh, this is no small. What a day. Hey besties, is this what you people go through when you date someone's husband? Do you think Richard's wife did too much or I deserved it? And next time she runs after me, what should I do? Stand and fight back or run again? Please drop your thoughts in the comment section and follow for more episodes. Richard's wife is actually crazy. I swear. I've dated married men before and I've never experienced this kind of madness. This woman made me abandon all the things I bought from the supermarket and run for my life. Richard will pay for this stress and not just once. He's paying double. Isabella, what happened? Why do you look like this? Joy, I almost died today. What? Talk. Richard's wife chased me like full chase, not small embarrassment. You're joking. I wish I was. That woman shouted husband snatcher like she was announcing in a market. Everybody was looking at me in public in broad daylight. I had to jump into KK like I was escaping police. The next morning, Isabella stormed into the hostel room looking frustrated. Joy immediately noticed her mood. Bestie, what happened? You look like someone whose village people finally caught up with her. Isabella threw her handbag onto the bed and sighed dramatically. Casola has burst. Rita looked up from her books. What happened? Isabella shook her head. Richard's wife showed up at the restaurant yesterday. Not alone, oh. She came with their son. Joy gasped. No way. I've never been so embarrassed in my entire life. Rita frowned. Wait. Did you know Richard was married? Of course I knew. The room fell silent. You knew? Rita repeated. Yes now, Isabella replied casually. Rich married men spend money. Single men come with stress. I just didn't expect his wife to show up. Joy burst out laughing. Exactly. Married men know how to spoil women. Rita stared at both of them in disbelief. You people are actually serious. Just then, Isabella's phone rang. The caller ID displayed Richard's name. Put it on speaker. Joy shouted. Isabella answered. Hello. Isabella, please, Richard said immediately. I'm really sorry about what happened yesterday. My wife had no right to embarrass you like that. Sorry. Isabella snapped. That's all you have to say after what happened. What do you want me to do? Tell me. I'll fix it. Isabella exchanged a glance with Joy before smacking. You want forgiveness? Yes. Then you pay for it. There was silence. How much? 500,000 naira. Isabella, that's too much. Then forget about me. Richard sighed heavily. Can I pay 300,000? Fine. A few seconds later, Isabella's phone beeped. She looked at the screen and screamed. Oh my God. He actually sent it. Joy jumped onto the bed. No way. The two girls started celebrating. Rita, did you see that? Isabella said proudly. This is why I keep telling you to date rich married men. Exactly, Joy agreed. A broke boyfriend will only say sorry. This one paid for forgiveness. Rita shook her head. You people are not listening to yourselves. What do you mean? Isabella asked. What if it was your husband? The room became quiet for a moment. Then Isabella shrugged. When it's my turn, somebody else will probably date my husband too. Joy nodded. All men cheat. That's not true, Rita argued. Please, Isabella said dismissively. The difference is that I'm getting paid while you're dating your broke boyfriend for free. Before Rita could respond, there was a knock on the door. The door opened, and Ethan walked in carrying a small gift bag. Joy immediately laughed. Look who is here. The CEO of poverty. Ethan ignored the comment and smiled at Rita. My heart, my calm, my only soft place in this noisy world. Joy almost choked with laughter. This one came prepared. Ethan continued. Every time I see you, everything slows down. Nothing else matters. Oh, Joy mocked. Poetry department has arrived. Rita covered her face, embarrassed. Ethan, please. No, I mean it, he said sincerely. You're different. You don't pretend. You don't make noise just to feel important. You're real. The room became slightly awkward. Even Isabella understood the indirect message. Ahem, she interrupted. Apart from all these sweet words, what exactly can you offer her? Ethan smiled and handed the gift bag to Rita. This. Joy laughed immediately. Please tell me that's not bread. Rita opened the bag slowly. At first, she froze. Then her eyes widened. What? The room instantly became silent. What is it? Joy asked. Rita carefully pulled out the box. Everyone rushed closer. The moment Isabella saw it, she screamed. Wait. That's the latest Samsung. Joy nearly dropped her phone. No way. Rita stared at Ethan. How did you know I needed a new phone? I noticed your old one was giving you problems the last time we went out. Tears gathered in Rita's eyes. Thank you so much. She hugged him tightly. Meanwhile, Isabella and Joy exchanged suspicious glances. Something wasn't adding up. After Ethan left, the girls couldn't stop discussing it. That phone cost serious money, Joy whispered. Exactly, Isabella replied. A broke man doesn't buy gifts like that. Maybe he borrowed the money. No. Isabella shook her head. That wasn't borrowed money behavior. What was it? That was I'm rich but hiding it behavior. Joy's eyes widened. You think so? I'm going to find out exactly who Ethan is. Unknown to them, Ethan was already getting tired of pretending. Later that evening, he and Rita met again. I told you not to do things that would make them suspicious, Rita complained gently. Ethan sighed. What's the point of pretending to be poor while they continue insulting you? They don't matter. They do to me, Ethan replied. I don't like seeing people treat you badly. Rita smiled softly. Ethan. I'm serious. I'm going to take care of you properly. And this is only the beginning. The next day, Isabella went shopping alone at a busy supermarket. As she was leaving with several bags, she suddenly heard a familiar voice. Excuse me. Her heart skipped. Standing a few meters away was Amoka, Richard's wife. The same woman who had embarrassed her at the restaurant. Oh no, Isabella whispered. Amoka squinted at her. Wait, aren't you the girl I saw with my husband? Panic instantly filled Isabella's face. Madam, it's not what you think. Liar. Amoka pointed directly at her. Husband snatcher. Several shoppers immediately turned around. Isabella's eyes widened. Madam, please. Stop there. Amoka began moving toward her. I will deal with you today. Without thinking twice, Isabella dropped some of her shopping bags and ran. People stared in confusion as she dashed through the parking lot. Husband snatcher. Amoka shouted behind her. Isabella sprinted like an athlete running the final race of her life. The moment she spotted a tricycle, she jumped inside. Driver. Move. Move now. The tricycle sped off. Back at the hostel later that evening, Isabella burst into the room looking exhausted. Joy immediately stood up. What happened? Joy, I almost died today. What? Richard's wife chased me. Joy burst into laughter. You're joking. I wish I was joking. Isabella collapsed onto the bed dramatically. That woman shouted, husband snatcher, so loudly that everybody stopped to look at me. No. I had to run and jump into a kiki like somebody escaping from the police. Joy laughed until tears rolled down her face. Meanwhile, Rita sat quietly in the corner, shaking her head. For the first time, Isabella was beginning to understand that the soft life she desperately chased came with problems she had never imagined. And while she was busy running from another woman's anger, Rita was slowly building something far more valuable, real love. The atmosphere inside the hostel room was tense. Isabella was still angry about the humiliation she had suffered at the hands of Richard's wife, while Rita sat quietly reading her notes. Joy tried to lighten the mood. Honestly, Isabella, Richard's wife has finally become the weapon fashioned against you. Isabella shot her a look. This is not funny. I didn't laugh, Joy replied quickly. Rita closed her book and looked up. What she means is that this is part of the life you chose. Isabella frowned. What life? The life of dating married men. The room immediately became silent. If you enjoy the money, gifts, and attention that come with dating married men, then you should also expect the drama that follows. Isabella crossed her arms. So you're happy about what happened to me? I didn't say that. Then what exactly are you saying? I'm saying you can't enjoy the benefits and then act surprised when the consequences show up. Joy slowly moved away from the argument she could see coming. Oh, here we go again, Isabella snapped. Miss Good Girl has started. I'm not judging you. You always judge us. No, I don't. Then why do you always sound like you're better than everybody? Rita sighed. I'm not better than anybody. Yes, you are. You always act like you're the only decent person here. I'm simply saying that I'm not entering somebody else's marriage. There it is. Isabella shouted. Joy rubbed her forehead. Please, not again. Everybody is dating, Isabella continued. Nobody is innocent. There's a difference, Rita replied calmly. What difference? A very big difference. Before the argument could continue, Joy quickly changed the topic. Anyway, let's just pray Richard's wife never traces Isabella to this house. God forbid. Isabella said immediately. Just then, Joy remembered something and burst into laughter. By the way, I still can't believe Richard's wife chased you around the supermarket. Even Rita couldn't hide a small smile. So the soft life now comes with exercise. Joy laughed harder. That's the part nobody advertises. Everybody wants the luxury lifestyle, but nobody wants the stress that comes with it. Meanwhile, across town, Richard's marriage was slowly falling apart. His wife, Amoka, stood in their living room with tears in her eyes. I'm done, Richard. Richard looked up from the sofa. Done with what? This marriage. Amoka. No. Listen to me. Her voice trembled with years of pain. How many times have I caught you cheating? How many times have I forgiven you? Richard remained silent. The girl I saw you with last week. What is she to you? She's nobody. Amoka laughed bitterly. A nobody. Yes. A nobody that you're spending hundreds of thousands of naira on. Richard lowered his head. Amoka, please. No. Tears rolled down her cheeks. If not for your cheating and reckless spending, we would have built our own house by now. The words hit Richard hard. Instead, we are still paying rent while you spend our future on young girls. I'm sorry. You always say you're sorry. I'll change. You said that last year. Richard buried his face in his hands. I honestly don't know what's wrong with me. Amoka wiped away her tears. And as for that yellow girl you're following around, God saved her the last time. Richard immediately looked up. Amoka. The next time I see her, she won't like the outcome. Without another word, she walked away. Meanwhile, Isabella was becoming increasingly uncomfortable. Ever since the supermarket incident, she couldn't stop thinking about Amoka. Every time her phone rang, she feared it was Richard's wife calling from another number. That evening, Richard showed up unexpectedly outside her hostel. Isabella. She folded her arms. What are you doing here? You've been avoiding me. Your wife chased me across a supermarket. Please ignore her. Isabella laughed in disbelief. Ignore her. That's easy for you to say. Richard stepped closer. She doesn't matter. What? The marriage is just there. Richard. You're the one I want. Isabella looked away. For the first time, his words didn't sound as sweet as they used to. I don't want trouble. Please. No. Richard sighed. What can I do to make it up to you? You can't. Let me send you 500,000 naira. Isabella paused. In the past, that amount would have instantly changed her mood. But this time, all she could remember was running through a parking lot while strangers watched and laughed. Just leave, Richard. He stared at her in surprise. Are you serious? Please leave. For the first time since they met, Isabella rejected him. Back at the hostel, Joy and Rita were shocked when she told them. You actually sent him away? Joy asked. Yes. Wow. Rita smiled slightly. Maybe this is a sign. A sign of what? To stop dating married men before this gets worse. Isabella rolled her eyes. You won't understand. Understand what? Richard has always been there for me. It doesn't matter. It matters to me. Rita shook her head. No matter how helpful he is, he's still somebody's husband. Before Isabella could reply, Joy suddenly changed the subject. Actually, there's something else I've been wondering. Both girls looked at her. Who exactly is Ethan? The room became quiet. Rita immediately became defensive. Why? Because nothing about that guy makes sense. Isabella nodded. Exactly. It's none of your business. Why are you hiding him? Rita stood up. I'm not hiding anybody. Isabella smirked. Don't forget that Ethan asked me out first. Rita's expression hardened. And you rejected him. That's not the point. It is the point. No. Isabella leaned forward. If I find out Ethan is rich, I'll take him back. The room went silent. Joy's eyes widened. Rita stared at her in disbelief. You must be joking. I'm not. You rejected him. Because I thought he was poor. Rita laughed bitterly. Then that's your mistake. If he's rich, Ethan is mine. No. For now. Rita stepped closer. You don't get to throw people away and then come back when they become valuable. Joy quickly stood between them. Okay, calm down. But Isabella wasn't finished. Just wait and see. Rita shook her head. I'm done with this conversation. She picked up her books and walked out of the room. As the door closed behind her, Joy turned toward Isabella. I still think you're being unfair. Unfair? Yes. The whole Ethan situation wasn't Rita's fault. Isabella frowned. How? You rejected him. Joy's words hung heavily in the room. For the first time, Isabella had no immediate response. Deep down, she was beginning to realize something she didn't want to admit. Maybe she hadn't lost Ethan to Rita. Maybe she had thrown him away herself. The tension between Isabella and Rita continued to grow. One evening, Isabella sat on her bed while Joy tried to reason with her. Honestly, I still don't understand why you're angry at Rita, Joy said. Isabella folded her arms stubbornly. Even if I rejected Ethan, Rita shouldn't have accepted him if she truly valued our friendship. Joy stared at her in disbelief. Why? Because that's girl code. Girl code. Joy repeated. Isabella, you and Ethan never even dated. That doesn't matter. It matters. No, it doesn't. Ethan liked me first. Joy sighed. And you rejected him because you thought he was broke. Fine, maybe I rejected him. Maybe. Okay, I rejected him. Then what's the problem? The problem is that Rita knew he was rich. Joy frowned. Actually, she didn't. But if she was truly my friend, she should have told me. Told you what? That Ethan had money. Joy blinked. So you could go back and accept him. Exactly. For a moment, Joy was speechless. Isabella, you cannot be serious. I'm very serious. Joy shook her head. I think you're only angry because you found out Ethan is wealthy after rejecting him. The statement hit Isabella hard. Immediately, her expression changed. Wow. What? I know what's happening. What? You're on Rita's side. Joy's side. I'm not on anybody's side. You like Rita more than me. That's not true. It is true. I'm defending what's right. So now I'm wrong. Joy remained silent. Interesting, Isabella muttered. Very interesting. She grabbed her phone and turned away. Joy could tell her friend was beginning to keep malice. The following afternoon, Rita met Ethan at their favorite restaurant. The moment Ethan saw her, he noticed she looked worried. You don't look happy. Rita sighed. I had another argument with Isabella. Ethan laughed softly. What is it this time? She said you asked her out first. Well, that's true. And she said if she ever discovers you're rich, she'll take you back from me. Ethan almost choked on his drink. What? Rita nodded. She was serious. Ethan shook his head. Rita, Why are you even stressing over something like that? Because you don't know Isabella. No. He smiled. You don't understand me. Rita looked confused. What do you mean? I'm not a handbag people pass around. She laughed. Ethan. I'm serious. He reached for her hand. Nobody is collecting me back from anybody. I'm not property. Rita finally smiled. You always make things sound simple. Because they are simple. He looked directly into her eyes. I like you. Rita blushed. I know. No. I mean genuinely like you. His voice became softer. You're calm. You're respectful. You're real. Rita looked down shyly. Do you know how rare that is these days? Thank you. So stop stressing over unnecessary competition. Rita nodded. For the first time in days, she felt lighter. A few minutes later, Ethan smiled mischievously. You know, since Isabella is starting to feel jealous. Rita immediately narrowed her eyes. Ethan. Maybe I should make her even more jealous. Ethan. I'm serious. Ethan. Both of them burst into laughter. Back at the apartment, Isabella was slowly returning to her normal self. Joy noticed she had barely left the house since the supermarket incident. You hardly go out these days. Isabella rolled her eyes. Please. Hope you're not still scared of Richard's wife. Will that woman be everywhere I go? Joy laughed. Good. That's the Isabella the first no. Honestly, I've missed partying. Then let's go somewhere this weekend. Before Isabella could respond, they heard a car horn outside. Both girls looked through the window. Probably one of the neighbors. Or Richard again. I hope not. Suddenly, Joy grabbed Isabella's arm. Come here. What? Look. Isabella followed her gaze. Outside stood Ethan. Not only was he standing there, but beside him was a luxury car that looked completely out of place in their student neighborhood. What? Before Isabella could process what she was seeing, Ethan walked inside. Moments later, everyone gathered in the living room. Ethan cleared his throat. I know this should probably happen in a fancy restaurant. The room became quiet. But honestly, I wanted her friends to witness this moment. Rita's eyes widened. Ethan. He got down on one knee. The entire room froze. I love Rita for real. Joy covered her mouth. And maybe after today, certain people can finally rest. Isabella's face immediately hardened. Ethan ignored her. He looked at Rita. You came into my life quietly, but somehow you became the best part of it. Tears filled Rita's eyes. You respected me when people underestimated me. The room was silent. I don't want anybody else. He opened a ring box. Rita, will you marry me? Joy screamed. Oh my God. Rita burst into tears. Yes. The room exploded with excitement. Yes, Ethan. I'll marry you. Ethan slipped the ring onto her finger before handing her another gift. And this is for my future wife. Rita laughed through her tears. Ethan. Then Joy looked outside. Wait. Everyone turned. Why did you come with that car? Ethan smiled. There's nothing to hide anymore. He glanced briefly at Isabella. And I decided to help somebody with her investigation. Joy nearly fell from her chair laughing. Meanwhile, Isabella forced a smile while her heart burned with regret. Later that night, Joy sat beside her. I honestly think you should let this Ethan matter go. I'm not. You're too beautiful to be stressing over one man. Isabella shook her head. You don't understand. Then explain. She stared into space. My question is simple. What? Why did he choose to propose in front of me? Joy sighed. Because you were there. No. What do you mean no? Maybe he still loves me. Joy stared at her. Isabella. Maybe he still hurt that I rejected him. Joy burst into laughter. Please rest. I'm serious. If he still loved you, he wouldn't have proposed to Rita. Isabella remained unconvinced. Meanwhile, Ethan and Rita were enjoying dinner together. As they ate, Ethan brought up something that had been bothering him. There's something I've been thinking about. What? I don't like you staying in that apartment. Rita immediately knew where this was going. Because of Isabella. Yes. Ethan. I'm serious. Rita laughed. You worry too much. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Ethan leaned forward. Jealousy can make people do crazy things. Isabella is not wicked. You're too nice. The three of us are from the same village. So, we've been together since first year. Ethan remained unconvinced. She likes money too much, but she's not evil. I still don't trust her. Rita shook her head. I'm not moving. Then let me rent another apartment for you. No. Why? I'm already in my final year. Packing now will be stressful. Ethan thought for a moment. Then move in with me. Rita nearly dropped her fork. What? I'm serious. Ethan, we are not married yet. We are engaged. My parents don't even know you properly. Ethan laughed. Fine. Rita smiled. You overthink too much. And you trust people too much. Maybe. Promise me something. What? If anything happens, you're moving out immediately. Rita stretched out her hand. Deal. Ethan shook it. Good. Then he smiled. Now can we please enjoy our food before I start another serious conversation? Rita laughed. Yes, please. She took another bite and smiled. This is delicious. Ethan nodded. It really is. For a moment, everything felt perfect. Neither of them knew that Isabella's jealousy was quietly growing stronger with every passing day, and soon, it would push her toward a decision that could change all of their lives forever. That evening, Rita returned from dinner with Ethan carrying several food packs. I brought food for everyone, she announced cheerfully as she entered the apartment. Joy immediately jumped up from the couch. My in-law remembered me. Rita laughed and handed her a pack. I brought yours too, Isabella. But Isabella didn't even look up from her phone. I'm not hungry. Come on, Rita said gently. It's your favorite. I said I don't want it. The room immediately became uncomfortable. Joy exchanged a worried glance with Rita. Isabella. The young woman finally looked up. I don't trust Rita anymore. The words hit the room like a bomb. Rita stared at her. What does that even mean? It means exactly what I said. Isabella stood up. If you could comfortably date Ethan knowing he asked me out first, then clearly you value men more than our friendship. Rita was silent for a moment. Then she asked quietly. Can I ask you one honest question? What? If Ethan was still poor today, would you be saying all this? The room became quiet. Isabella's face darkened. Oh wow. I'm not insulting you. You are. No. Rita sighed. I'm just being honest. Then be completely honest. Isabella stepped closer. If Ethan was poor today, would you still be shouting, my fiancé, everywhere? Yes. The problem is that you're angry because you misjudged him. The statement landed perfectly. Even Joy knew Rita had spoken the truth. So now I'm the bad person because I have standards. Nobody answered. Joy finally spoke. Nobody said you're bad. Then what? Stop acting like Rita stole your husband. Maybe not husband, Isabella replied. But she still crossed the line. Joy rubbed her forehead. I'm honestly tired. Tired of what? This drama. The argument had gone on for weeks. The friendship that had survived years of hardship was now falling apart because of one man. You see, Isabella snapped. This is exactly what I'm talking about. What? You're always on Rita's side. Because sometimes you overreact. The words only made things worse. Without another word, Isabella grabbed her handbag. I'm done. Where are you going? Anywhere that doesn't have fake friends. She slammed the door behind her. The apartment became silent. Later that night, Rita sat quietly on her bed. Joy sat beside her. I hate this. So do I. The two girls remained silent for a moment. We've been friends since secondary school, Joy said softly. Rita nodded. Different personalities. Different lifestyles. Different dreams. But somehow we always stayed together. A small smile appeared on Rita's face. Even when Isabella was busy chasing soft life. And you were acting like a village pastor's wife. Both girls laughed. After a while, Joy became serious. Can I ask you something honestly? Of course. Are you sure Ethan truly loves you? Rita looked surprised. What kind of question is that? I'm serious. Joy hesitated. The proposal feels sudden. Rita frowned. How? You've only been together for a few months. So suddenly there are expensive gifts, engagement rings, luxury surprises. Joy paused. What if part of this is because of Isabella? Rita immediately shook her head. No. Listen first. Joy moved closer. Men can be unpredictable. Rita remained silent. What if Ethan is still trying to prove something because Isabella rejected him? The possibility had never crossed Rita's mind. What are you saying? I'm not saying he doesn't love you. Then what? I'm saying all the grand gestures feel unnecessary. Joy sighed. If he truly loves you, he doesn't always need an audience. Rita slowly thought about everything. The surprise gift. The dramatic proposal. The expensive phone. The luxury car reveal. Most of it had happened in front of Isabella. For the first time, she felt slightly uncomfortable. I never looked at it that way. I'm not trying to ruin your happiness. I know. I'm just asking you to protect your relationship quietly. Rita nodded. Thank you. Joy smiled. You're welcome. And when Isabella comes back, I'll apologize. The next afternoon, Isabella returned carrying several expensive shopping bags. Joy's eyes widened. Madam's soft life is back. Rita looked at the bags. Who took you shopping? Richard. The room became silent. You went back to him. Of course. Isabella dropped the bags proudly. I decided to reconcile with him. What about his wife? Please. She rolled her eyes. That woman won't stop me from enjoying soft life. Rita sighed. I don't think that's a good idea. Did I ask for advice? Immediately, Rita backed off. Sorry. Exactly. A few moments later, Rita gathered courage. Isabella. What? I'm sorry. The room became quiet. I honestly didn't know this would hurt you so much. Isabella folded her arms. The apology will only make sense if you break up with Ethan. Rita stared at her. What? You heard me. Why would I do that? Because friendship should matter more. The words hurt. Rita shook her head sadly. I never wanted us to become like this. Then keep your relationship. Without another word, Isabella walked away. That night, she sat alone scrolling through social media. Her eyes occasionally drifted toward Rita's phone lying on the table. Moments later, Rita entered the room. The instant Isabella dropped the phone, Rita noticed. "Why were you holding my phone?" Isabella froze. "Nothing. You were looking through it." I said nothing. The tension returned immediately. Later that evening, Isabella stepped outside and made a secret call. Meanwhile, across town, Richard's wife Amoka sat crying in her sister's house. "I'm tired." "What happened now?" her sister asked. "I'm honestly tired of this marriage." Amoka wiped her eyes. "I buy food. I help with rent. I pay bills. And he's outside spending hundreds of thousands on other women." Her sister shook her head. "Leave that marriage." Amoka sighed. "I kept hoping he would change. Men like that rarely change." The words stung because she knew they were true. After a long silence, Amoka stood up. "You're right." Her sister looked surprised. "I'm done." Then Amoka's face hardened. "But before I leave." "What?" "I'll deal with Richard first." Elsewhere, Rita was laughing at a funny prank video on her phone when an unknown number suddenly called. She answered casually. "Hello." There was silence. Then a woman's voice spoke. "Are you Rita?" "Yes." The voice sounded unfamiliar. "Who's this?" The woman hesitated. Then she said, "I just want to warn you before it's too late." Rita sat upright immediately. "Warn me about what?" A long pause followed. Then the voice spoke again. "About Ethan." Rita's heartbeat quickened. "What about Ethan?" The woman's next word sent a chill through her entire body. "That man is not who you think he is." Rita froze. "Excuse me." The call suddenly ended. She stared at the screen in confusion. Outside the apartment, unseen by Rita, someone stood in the darkness watching the building. And for the first time since Ethan entered her life, a seed of doubt had been planted in her heart. Rita sat frozen on her bed, staring at her phone long after the mysterious call had ended. Her heart was racing. The stranger's words kept echoing in her mind. Ask him why he suddenly returned to Nigeria after living abroad for years. Ask him what really happened there. The call had ended before she could ask any questions. Joy noticed the fear on her face immediately. "Rita, what happened?" Rita slowly looked up. "I don't know." "What do you mean you don't know?" "The person warned me about Ethan." Joy's expression changed instantly. "Warned you how?" Rita swallowed hard. "She said Ethan isn't who I think he is." The room fell silent. Even Joy looked unsettled. "Did she say anything else?" Rita nodded. "She said I should ask him why he suddenly came back to Nigeria after living abroad." "What?" "That's exactly what she said." Joy sat beside her. "Wait. Ethan lived abroad?" Rita shook her head. "I don't know." "You mean he never told you?" "No." The more they talked about it, the more confused Rita became. Everything had happened so fast between her and Ethan. The gift. The proposal. The promises. Yet she suddenly realized there were many things she didn't actually know about him. Just then, the bedroom door opened. Isabella walked in carrying a bottle of juice. The moment she saw their serious faces, she stopped. "What happened?" Neither girl answered immediately. Joy and Rita exchanged a glance. Isabella narrowed her eyes. "Why are both of you looking at me like that?" Rita hesitated. Then she finally spoke. "I got a strange call." "A strange call?" "Someone called and warned me about Ethan." Immediately, Isabella raised both hands. Excuse me. Nobody said anything. Why are you people looking at me? Joy shrugged. The timing is just suspicious. Isabella's mouth fell open. Wow. No one said it was you. But you're thinking it. Nobody is accusing you. Really? She laughed sarcastically. So now I'm the villain of this house. Rita quickly shook her head. I didn't say that. Then stop looking at me like that. For the first time in days, Isabella genuinely looked offended. Honestly, I don't know anything about this call. The room remained silent. Isabella sighed loudly. And for the last time, I'm done with Ethan's matter. She dropped onto the couch. I've already accepted that he's with you. Joy raised an eyebrow. Have you? Yes. Completely. Joy, please. Isabella rolled her eyes dramatically. I don't even know Ethan lived abroad. Rita looked surprised. You didn't know? No. Then who could have called me? Nobody had an answer. The mystery only deepened. After a few moments, Rita stood up. I need to see Ethan. Joy immediately nodded. That's actually a good idea. I need answers. Just be careful. Rita grabbed her handbag. Careful of what? Joy hesitated. I don't know. She looked down at the phone. Something about this feels strange. For the first time since she met Ethan, Rita felt uncertainty creeping into her heart. The man she trusted completely suddenly seemed surrounded by questions. Why had he never mentioned living abroad? Why had someone gone out of their way to warn her? And most importantly, what exactly had happened before Ethan returned to Nigeria? As Rita walked out of the apartment to meet her fiancé, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was about to discover a secret that could change everything.